Boom, 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 boom.
Okay. I'd come to join you, but apparently my character just wants to shoot at you.
Yeah. That's almost like helping.
Bullets are helping, right?
I helped you with murder.
I don't actually know if this is supposed to be where we're supposed to be.
I can't tell anymore.
Yeah.
Half my quests apparently
matter to
don't
me at
work.
all.
Well, it matters to me because I'd like to progress. Ow! Wow! Oof!
Ooh, I
God,
didn't realize that
this
this
is a
stuff
hallway
kills
of
us.
pain.
Everything here is very
Okay.
high
Oh,
level.
we can shoot at it from a very far distance over here, Bird.
I'm alarmed by the
Yeah.
level of everything around us right now.
Yeah, I get the feeling
dead.
this is the wrong spot.
I'm very dead. I can't the crystals
Can't
are
stand on the
dangerous.
green stuff.
The
Yeah.
freaking
Well,
Aether crystals are dangerous because they're 5 levels higher than me.
I stand right here. Can I shoot him? Yes.
This is problem.
Are you safe there?
Ow, ow, ow,
I
ow,
don't have
ow.
the
I think
range.
this is the wrong spot. Let's go back
Yeah.
to town and see if we can figure out where the actual quest's supposed to be. Because it said clear out the egg things and, clear out the egg things near the homestead, so I went this way since we've been everywhere else, but I guess that's wrong?
My life is pain.
It says, let's see. Quest log? Q? Q, here we go. No, that's journal. Shit.
Were we supposed to
here
go
we
to the
go.
rotting
Infested fields.
croplands?
Okay, we're supposed to go to the west of the homestead. So somehow we're supposed to get out and go west.
But they don't have any of the gates open. They forbade us entry.
Well, I mean, we can get in. Maybe I just talk to the guard? Ah, can you open the gates? Oh, we have to go report to Ulgrim.
Well, I thought we had to find Ulgrim.
No. We know where Ulgrim is.
Which one's Ulgrim again?
He's in, he's one of the NPCs up at the top of Dead Man's Gulch. Hey, I got
just
it.
picked up a quest for an infestation.
Okay, turning in quest. Can you guys tell me if you get experience for this, by the way?
Did you just turn something in?
Something got turned
Well, no, I didn't get experience for that either.
Oh, okay.
Way up.
in. Whoa, who are all these people?
Just
At
give
least
it
we've
a-
all failed.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Can you tell me if you get EXP for this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
give me
so
an
yeah.
I
indicator
got
and
experience
everything.
for that.
Yeah, who cares if you guys don't get progress? You're still getting progress on my
Yeah,
end.
that's how I feel about it.
Because I don't think you guys really care about continuing with this
I was
after
just trying to figure out how to proceed, and the quests were locked, and I'm like, oh, that's not a good sign.
Okay,
One
there we go.
time, I was in choir in high school, and this one girl forgot her music. And I was like, I have my music. We could
Yep.
share the score or whatever. Because that's what you're supposed to do.
And then you're supposed to sort of lean close and look over each other's shoulder at the music.
So, yeah, so she comes over to, like, look over my shoulder and proceeds to, like, place her boobs on my arm. And I was just like, can you not feel that? Or what? But
The boob
that
shelf
was
is
really
strong.
strange.
Fear the
It's
boob
like another
shelf.
little moment I remember now.
Are we just reminding you of your awkward past?
Yeah. I'm just
Huzzah.
sitting here reminding myself, just reliving moment after moment.
Okay, I think the gates are open, so we can go and do field shit now. This town seems way nicer than the last town, the first town we were
Oh,
ever in.
hey, look at all these farm hands.
It's a
They probably
slightly
turn evil and
complicated
kill us later.
traversal.
Yeah. Okay, yep. If you guys come west to where I am, I found the Dermpterans, and they're lower level than us.
Wait,
Oh my god, this is a weird feeling. They're lower level than you guys.
How can it
That's
be?
an achievement.
The impossible has been wrought upon us.
Okay, where's the one?
That's a naked
It is
dead
down
man.
there, Dead Man's Gulch.
That sure was a naked dead man.
Gross. You're not at Dead Man's Gulch? Where are you
Sick.
guys?
Oh, no. I just said come west.
I
Didn't
made
say
a
come to my
portal. Come to my portal.
I have a portal.
I
have
love
another
you.
portal again.
Okay. Thornsbury's. I think they made a made a show about them.
The snozzberries?
Guys, bugs?
That's the... Anyway.
The wild schnoggletons.
Oh, crap, it's land lobsters.
Eliza!
Yep.
Landsters! No!
Are we fighting the Silithid right now?
Yeah, this is
Feels
weird.
like it. The Silithid were the coolest thing I never got to have
I took
anything
out a
to
whole
do
group
with
on
in
my
WoW.
own. Well, no, that looks like Sebastian's there. Hello, Keith. I can only tell that you're around when you have your shield.
It's always out. I always look like
Because
this.
Yeah, I'm the guy that's always making pew-pew motions.
I've always got the glow shield.
Did I ever tell you guys the story about the one girl from high school who used me to start dating my best friend?
Yes.
No, I
I
don't.
did?
believe
Was that
it.
during-
I've
Okay.
heard this.
Maybe
I've
during
heard
Scrap Maze?
Yeah, this sounds...
oh, yeah.
This,
Okay,
No,
well, there you
I don't know if it was during Scrap Maze.
you weren't there
go.
for
I probably
Scrap
told that one.
Maze.
No, she wasn't.
But everyone else
Okay,
was there.
Well then, we'll not.
Remember
I'll
when I
not
worked
repeat
on a
myself
maze
then.
for like 3 hours and then I deleted it?
Oh, that hurts to hear again.
Scrap mechanic hurts my soul.
Yeah. We didn't
Yeah.
talk about that during the podcast.
Well, I think we're in the
Next
post-scrap
week.
mechanic age.
Sort of. I'm still doing it. Not as much. We'll be doing it in a couple of days now that Batbeard's not dead.
I'm hungry.
Right, probably. Yeah, we're gonna do it on Tuesday.
Do you still do videos every day, despite that?
Yeah.
Imagine how many comments you're going to get when you finally stop making videos for it.
What I'm probably going to do is just switch to multiplayer
Whoa,
only and, like,
there's the progenitor.
reduce it to, like, a...
It's
I'm
dead.
going to play this, like, couple of episodes
dead.
every, like, couple of days.
It's going to be like Tokyo Jungle times 1,000.
Yeah, probably. I mean, luckily I've just been waiting for the views to kind of, like, wind down.
Like, Andrew still constantly gets messages of people telling him to play Tokyo Jungle. It's amazing.
Does he even show up in the search results?
Yes.
Like, front page?
The top results for Tokyo Jungle are basically us and Jesse Cox.
Wow. Alright.
And what's
I was
Tokyo
actually...
Jungle about?
I have not actually searched myself and, like, how I rank with various games recently.
We did last night.
Well, yeah,
I'm-
up until last
I
night,
guarantee
and then I'm like,
you must
holy
rank
shit,
really
I-
well for Shadow Tactics.
Yeah, I'm front page for a lot of games that I played. I just haven't gone looking in years, because it just didn't matter anymore after a little while.
It was weird looking at your videos and be like, huh, one of his top videos ever is Shadow Tactics now. Weird.
Which is weird, because it always felt like a B-list series. Like, it did okay, except for, like, the first episode, which did
Yeah.
amazing.
Anything in this
200,000 or something now?
It's getting there, yeah.
house? Oh.
That was a fun
Sailor's
game. I really
Diary.
enjoyed that.
That is a very fun,
I got
exhausting
quest
game.
progress for the missing diary.
Were we supposed to find a missing diary?
Yeah, someone was missing.
Oh, it's happening
and I
again.
found
This
the
area we're
diary.
standing in right now, for me, is an already revealed diamond.
Huh.
And it's
Oh,
perfectly
shrine.
diamond shape.
What does the shrine require?
First, it
what
requires an
happened?
extermination of giant rotworms.
Mutagenic Ichor.
I might have one of those. I don't know.
I know I
Wasn't-
have
Yeah,
one of them in
I
my
have one.
stash.
What do
I
you
have
look
one.
like? There's one. I found one.
Okay. But Wander's not here.
Oh.
I'm close enough. I got it.
I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
how was... I was like, wasn't he just standing and looking at it?
Of course he was, but then he had to run.
Did I just
Like
drop my
more.
anchor on the ground?
Uh,
I think it's gone. I think somebody
No.
has it now. Well,
I didn't pick anything up aside from a consecrated scrap.
I misread infantry's doublet of nature's bounty as nature's booty.
That Mother Nature
that
butt.
tree.
that tree butt.
That sweet,
Lord of
sweet
the
rubber.
Rings.
Picturing a tree, like kind of all gnarled
Lord of the
up.
Rings Ent, Rule 34.
Ooh. I mean,
Are we
anyone
talking Anton
got
Ent
that?
or like Anton Saruman or Anton Saruman's fortress?
Guy.
What?
They're taking
Look,
the
you gotta
hobbits to
clarify.
Isengard.
You can't just say like Sonic Rule 34. You gotta know who the other party is, unless it's Sonic on Sonic or just Sonic masturbating.
Sonic Self Rule 34.
Look,
New Sonic on old
Gotta
Sonic.
go fast.
you know what? There's probably absolutely a Sonic Generations Rule 34. There's probably a lot of it, actually. That's kind of fucked
Oh.
up.
Sonic finds a cloning chamber in Dr. Eggman's laboratory. An erotic cloning chamber.
Robotnik.
Gross.
You know, I'm gonna go see if I can find some of that Rule 34 and not go insane, and then read it out loud to you, Bird.
Okay.
Wait, you mean fan fictions as opposed to fan art?
Well, there was like one day. Keith, were you there? You were there for that day where we found like the really shitty.
We were playing Dark Souls 2, and we just decided to read online fan fiction porn
fan
stuff.
Fiction? Oh yeah, I forgot we did that.
It was the night I was doing the Jar Jar voice,
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so long ago.
which I could never find footage of, which is weird.
I think the Dark Souls 2 footage, like, just generally died on the vine. Did any of us upload it? I never did.
I don't think so.
We
I'd
tried
love
so
to-
many times to get it to work, and then just it always fell apart as a game.
Yeah. I think that was back before like we really had any semblance of organization.
Yeah. Now we
on
barely
that-
have a semblance of organization.
On Dark Souls
you have
2,
a
2, for
schedule.
me, there was the weird thing
True,
where,
that
like,
helps a
oh, the
lot.
three of us are playing Dark Souls together, and then the next session, you guys just went without me.
Well, that was like months later though. Like there was a significant period of time before we started playing Dark Souls 2 without you.
Yeah.
But it wasn't,
think
like, because I was saying no, it was just suddenly, like, I
was-
wasn't in a Dark Souls series. I'm like, huh.
I will admit
It was
I would
because we
actually
couldn't.
play.
Yeah.
I would actually play it again. I don't care.
I
really like Dark
can
Souls 2.
I've done so many Dark Souls 2 playthroughs. It's a concern at this point.
Though I personally would love to figure out Dark Souls 1 if there's like a co-op mod or some way of getting that working, because I've never actually been to the DLC for that, and I've always wanted to.
We've played Dark Souls 1. We can't even, like, summon each other. It just doesn't work.
It was broken beyond belief. So, like that would require
It's like-
actual like testing first.
Yeah, it's like...
Whoa, is there something
First
in
off,
here?
we get, like, 4 frames per second.
Yeah,
Play
I
it.
could never understand that. That was really strange.
Because it's locked to go at, like, 30 frames per second, so it
Well, it
feels
wasn't even that though.
incredibly
Like,
choppy.
it ran really well. It ran incredibly well when it had games for Windows Live, which was
Yeah.
weird. And then they took it off, and suddenly it's just like,
It's horrible.
and I could never figure out why. Clearly, you should just get a PS4 and we'll all play Bloodborne together.
The
'cause
answer
would
is that
be-
From Software was really bad at making PC games.
Yeah.
Which is why they originally
Yeah.
didn't.
They're getting better at it. Dark Souls 3 was decent.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2 worked great,
Yeah,
honestly.
but Dark Souls 1 was their first ever PC game, and they were porting a console exclusive to PC as opposed to making a PC version of a game, like, along the way. Mm-hmm. So it's just a
I found the
nightmare.
rotting Croplands.
Ew.
It's just a place
What
further
about the
west.
cropping rotlands?
I am okay with this.
Bird approved.
Bird tested, also bird approved.
Bird,
guys ever
bird
like going
tested. Your mother approves.
Did you guys ever like going on haunted hayrides and such as a kid?
I've only ever
No,
been on
I never
one.
lived in
Which
places
I don't
that
know
were-
what you just said.
that had that.
I have no
Haunted
idea what you
hayrides?
mean.
I've
Haunted
never. No.
Yeah,
I suppose you have to live in an area with apple orchards.
Yeah, you have to live in an
you
area
have
with
to-
hay.
well, you have to live in an area that's rather suburban with easy access to like
Farms.
rural areas.
I live in the area of the biggest corn maze in the United States.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Well, then why wouldn't you have a haunted hayride?
I have
because
no idea what that
California
means.
doesn't do Halloween that well.
Okay, so a haunted
Yeah.
hayride is when everyone gets on a flatbed, like a
A flatbed truck, you know.
well, not a
Oh,
truck,
okay.
not a truck. It's like just a thing that you would usually load hay onto, so it's massive. It's just a.
It's a farm truck with a flat back.
Okay.
But the truck is hauling something that has the flat back that everyone sits on.
Okay.
Sometimes it has railings.
Okay, it's a big
sometimes-
driving
Semantics.
flat. Got it.
But then they have like zombies coming out of the woods to spookle you, and people with chainsaws.
Aw,
and,
that
like,
sounds
pretty
actually
neat
really
stuff.
fun.
Oh,
You can
Tons
only
of
see the
chainsaws.
horse if you've seen somebody die.
Can somebody put down a portal?
Tons of chainsaws.
Portal.
Portal.
Thank you.
Yeah, tons of chainsaws.
That sounds really fun.
occasionally you stop into like a scientist's evil lair, and they go, "Wahaha, you know, I have a human sacrifice," and they pretend to steal someone off the ride, but it must have been a planted actor, if you know what I mean. And then they have them like sawn in half or something gruesome, and everyone's like, "Oh no, that could have been us," but really.
Personally, I like the snowy sled rides, where it's the same thing, but they have ropes coming off the back of the
Santa's
truck.
like, "Who's been naughty?"
No,
They just
it's
dump flour on
midwinter
your head.
after snow. They have a bunch of ropes coming off the back of the truck, and you all have sleds and stuff. And then they pretty much drive at like 30 miles
you're
an
talking
hour.
about a real thing.
Yeah, it's
I
awesome.
thought you were talking about like a
The name was
wintertide
so
version.
dumb it sounded fake.
Yeah, I thought he was
I like
like
to go to the snowy
bullshitting
sled
me.
ride.
But one of
Sorry.
the most authentic haunted hayrides that I'd ever been on when I was a kid was where they had like one of those ancient wagons with the top, like the roof and everything. And people sat on like full-on benches and whatnot, and horses were drawing it. And they actually got a guy dressed up as the Headless Horseman. It was a really convincing costume. And he would ride up alongside and lightly pat everyone's heads. It was like he was trying to grab for yours, but we were all children, so he wasn't actually going to try grabbing anyone. But, you know, somehow the wagon...
Not until you
was
were sure no one was looking.
No. It would be so classy if they had, like, his kid planted on the wagon, and he just hauls his kid off while his kid's, like, screaming.
I don't know.
That would be the funniest shit ever,
With
though.
real
Like, the
horses,
kid's in on it, but, like, great at pretending he's not.
Yeah, and midway through, they would stop at a pumpkin patch, and everyone got to choose a pumpkin to take home with them.
Aw.
Oh, it was so sweet.
This sounds really
Elara's
fun.
journal.
Oh, hi guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to the encampment of probably doomed people.
Yay!
Yeah.
They're
These people look
outside.
like they're
That
about
means
to
they'll
die.
die.
So, and the interesting thing is the haunted hayride place also had a haunted maze, which was sort of like a haunted house, but maze style. That was fun.
I would just like to point out, this game feels like a checklist of every, like, kind of post-apocalyptic / like, classic monster. We've got the, like, animated scarecrows, we've had skeletons,
Yeah,
we've had a
we're
shit
in
ton of
Halloween
spiders.
Town. It's pretty great.
I just want to point out that every time we go under an overpass, I think we've accidentally cycled back to a place from like 10 hours ago.
Yeah.
And I have like a moment of panic of like, oh god, were we lost? And like, oh, this is a new area. It just looks the same as every place. Where are we?
Desolate grassland.
So, how do you know if a haunted hayride has a crush on you?
It doesn't let go.
It never ends.
It follows you after the hayride and is like, so what are you doing later?
I think there was one time where a tractor actually stalled and people had to get off a hayride once. That was sad.
Oh.
I wasn't on it though. It
Oh.
had broken before us, so
Did it
it was
have
all of us waiting
traction?
in line that were set. I don't know. Traction, was that supposed to be a
It
joke?
seems like that really subtracted from their experience.
I've only ever been to, like, a couple
Do you
of
know the
Halloween
do you know the
things.
rides into you when it's attracted to you?
Traction.
Jesus.
But so, I haven't been to a whole lot of Halloween-y things, but I've been to, like, one haunted house where they had, like, a bunch of haunted house, like, actors and stuff. Hey, I found a cave up here.
I don't believe you.
I dropped, Porty. Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Oh man.
this is
we
like
found
a
Star.
side dungeon. This is
This
interesting.
is cool.
Hey, little girl.
Hi, tiny person.
Okay, so it's
I
a
should not be fighting
creepy
this person
girl.
alone. Am I
Well,
alone?
I've warped the girl back to town.
Welp.
That was...
Cool.
Yeah.
That's that, I suppose.
Belle
that's
put
all-
down a
that's-
portal.
That's literally all that's
Okay.
here.
I'll put down a portal.
Everybody go to Shell's portal, I guess.
I found
Welp.
a star.
Sorry,
It looks
I
like
thought
Creepy
I thought that
Reaper.
was going to be something a little bit more interesting than scared little
Nothing.
girl in
Yeah.
Mausoleum Crypt.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna fight Affix. I hate that guy.
Well, we were going to fight
That's not
Effigus.
nearly as fun as kidnapping little girls.
I didn't do the
Affix.
kidnapping.
No,
I
Wonder
just
did.
found her.
Now, is that
Somebody
supposed to be
else
for
did.
effigy or?
Yeah.
You just watched.
It's supposed to be effigy. But yeah, so I went to a haunted
Yeah,
house.
there's two sides to every story, Keith.
I want to say this was like
Yeah,
middle school
one
or
of them's
something
right.
like that. But they closed the haunted house right before we went in because one of the parents that was like, bringing their middle schooler along, proceeded to like beat the shit out of one of the zombies.
Oh,
yeah,
Like
of
the
course.
panic punching, but like he didn't. I'm fairly certain this guy was just using it as an excuse to be an asshole. But
Probably.
Was he probably
There's
like,
a lot
you
of
touched
people
my
like
kid?
that.
no. He's just like, I'm scared, and starts punching. And like, apparently that's actually a problem. I think.
Oh yeah. Actually, once when we were going through the maze, it was, I think, the first time we had ever tried it, and we were middle schoolers. So one of my friend's parents, her father, actually came in with us, and he was sort of like the leader in the line. Later on, I took up the mantle of line leader for haunted houses and such. But so he was the first one, and as we were going through the maze, he rounded a corner, and I always like to wait to make sure that the chainsaw men get out of the maze, like, have their brakes or go off on the trail, because have you ever been up next to a chainsaw up close? It is loud, ear-piercingly loud. And granted, their chainsaws didn't have the blades on them or anything, so it was really just the machine that made the sound.
It's called the motor.
Yes, the motor. In any case, but it still has some kind of a protrusion, a stick on
Oh
the
yeah,
end.
it still has the.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the saw. It just
doesn't have the
It doesn't
saw.
have the chain. It has the
Yeah.
saw. It doesn't have the chain.
The glowy bits are the
no,
enemies.
it didn't
It's
even have the
weird.
blades on it anymore.
Yeah, it
But
just has
that's
like
the chain.
Wait, the chain are the blades?
Yes, it cuts
Okay.
with like a chain thing.
Oh, so the chain revolves around it. So I see.
Chain
Yeah.
saw.
Okay, yes, I understand. In any case, you see, I thought that the whole blade. I don't know.
Yep.
In any case,
A chain rotates around
The guy
blade.
comes around the corner and accidentally jabs my friend's dad
Let's
in
go
the
in a
thigh.
hole.
And it wasn't. I think it was enough to tear his jeans.
Oh, it's gross
but
in
it
here.
didn't- But it
Yeah.
didn't
How do you like
actually
eggs?
pierce his skin or anything. But it was interesting because here's this big,
Sunny
burly,
side up.
somewhat bearded
Easy over.
zombie guy, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm
Poached.
so sorry, I didn't mean
Bug.
to do this." Blah blah blah. And so my friend's father was like, "Eh." And of course, as children, we were just like, maybe we don't want to do this again. But eventually, we had the courage.
If he was a
to-
good dad, he would have followed over screaming, pretending he was being murdered.
Yeah.
But he
Scared
wasn't
the
a
shit
good
out of his
dad.
children.
That's why they got
If
divorced.
he was a bird dad, he would have brought some fake blood packets. Just in case.
Yeah, you've just got like a big thing of ketchup in like your jacket.
That way you scare the
Waiting.
people that are like working there too.
You've got a fake limb to drop.
Oh man.
Damn.
I just get the
They
feeling
have to
if
second guess
Bird ever
themselves.
actually like has to have a prosthetic leg or something like that, he's gonna be the biggest jerkwad
I'm
with
gonna
it.
fill it with vodka.
I feel leg with
leg.
vodka.
He's just like
Anyone want some leg vodka?
You know, Bird.
Bootlegged vodka.
Bootleg.
Wow.
Bootleg.
All right, shit. That was such a dad joke. I'm pregnant now.
Whoa.
Damn.
I only understand word puns, so that is the best I could concoct.
I like of the word puns. I'm Starfire.
This is straight
Wait,
up. This
Starfire's
is.
known for word puns?
No.
She's
Never
known
mind.
for speaking wrong and being the oblivious character.
Yeah.
Oh.
Except for the comics, she was just a slut, which was really weird.
Yeah, really, really weird.
I always thought it was weird that when they rebranded
Oh,
her
found him.
into
Oh, here's
Titans-
Grand Vizier Luz. There's some awfully
Loza
formal
cow.
names for big fucking lobsters.
This is straight up Diablo Act 2.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this
really.
absolutely is. Or at
I'm
least
just
this
like,
game is.
who actually confers the title of Grand Vizier on a goddamn lobster?
I think they just play World of Warcraft and they hit the name randomizer.
Yeah, probably.
I thought it said lozenge at first, and I was like, huh.
I mean,
All right.
who knows, guys? Maybe these things are sentient, and we
Yes.
are just
Oh.
We've
We're
created a
committing
genuine
horrible
AI for a dungeon crawler.
Crime.
We've reached the singularity for Grim Dawn.
We programmed our video game to feel pain.
no, guys.
Just
I'm
for fun.
talking about in worlds.
In lore, yeah.
Maybe these creatures are more intelligent than we give them credit for. Just because of their monstrous external appearance doesn't
They seem
mean
really
that they're
smart
Who
when
gives a
they
fuck? They
spear
die.
themselves on
And
And
us.
drop goodies. Oh, there's another one.
Oh, there's another Grand Vizier.
Grand Vizier Ixnay.
No, it's the grander. It's the grander vizier.
Oh. Really? Does
Yep.
it say grander?
And next up, it'll be
No,
the
it
grandest vizier.
Oh,
It says
okay.
grand, it doesn't say grander. Gaze
Look,
upon McGrander.
I would have been.
Oh man.
Oh. What if I don't wanna?
What do insects even have?
Grander, I hardly knew her.
The grand grundle.
That's the thing. I don't think they'd have those. But
We
do
need a-
get
we need a
Nixel's
bugologist.
Pheromone gland. I got the pheromone gland.
When in doubt, call it a
Ew.
carapace.
Now, Bird, do you know
Yes.
how an insect attracts mates?
No,
With their
please tell me.
pheromones?
Murder.
No. Why? I
I'll
just
carry
picked up
your
this
puss.
pheromone gland.
Oh.
Therefore, I can attract
So you're
insects.
saying, like, well, is this like bird dating advice? Like, for high school me?
No, because you're not going to be dating insects.
That's
Bird,
a good,
I feel
good
like-
point.
I feel like for a game jam, we should make a dating sim that's wrong.
Yeah,
It's just reliving all
where
the
a pair
terrible
of
ways I've
panties
been
dates
hit
a
on my
bunch of
life.
spiders.
No, like
We've been over this.
one of
It
them
should be
would
an
be
alien
like,
It'll call-
dating
you
sim,
call it
where they have to
arachnophilia.
deal with, sorry.
An
That's
alien
already
dating
Mass
sim?
Effect.
Whoa,
That's already
that's a little
Mass Effect.
Bird,
fetishy.
did you ever see? Did you watch any of me playing Dino Dearest?
Yeah, that was a game that started out really funny and became unbearable after like
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Well, that's because they like tried to actually make it like an okay game after a certain point. The beginning was super strong, but by the end of it, it was just like, well, this is boring.
They should have
Swore
stuck
like
with the
Queen
funnies. Instead it
Ravna.
became like awful.
Real.
Guys,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
found the big bad. It hurts.
Whoa,
Yeah,
like-
it's a queen!
It's so big.
Like when you were like hitting on the bully shark,
Oh,
that was
God.
great. When
Yeah,
you were in the
when I
drum
caused
battle,
him to, like,
that was
kill
great.
himself by crashing into the.
Every other
Uh,
part of the game was horrendous.
I don't know.
though.
The time I drummed so hard, my hands fell off. Is amazing.
No, that's what I'm saying. The drum battle was also a good part.
Oh yeah.
Everything else was terrible.
Yeah,
yeah.
Night in the Woods has been fun, especially those little dance sessions.
No,
Not
they
really.
haven't been. So
Yeah.
Night in the Woods is great,
No.
except for they have like rhythm game sections. Oh,
I
So they dropped a
died.
40.
I got a porty.
Okay.
But yeah, it's got rhythm game sections for band practice, but they're like legitimately hard comparatively,
I got
and I'm
this.
not prepared for them, and they give me shit for it. I'm not okay with that.
Alright.
Oh man,
Get
I
good.
shouldn't have run right into the
I
wall
can't.
on that.
They don't give you time for practice. They don't let you practice for band practice, man.
You gotta just be like, screw it, we're doing it live. This thing hurts. Like,
Yeah,
my
she's also
everything's
basically dead.
it hurts and everything's in poison.
Yep, she did.
Ew, she's... Oh god, I didn't want to look any more
Yes.
closer.
Ah,
Oh,
she
no,
ate
she's
her.
not dead.
She ate herself, and now she's
She's
running
liberated.
around.
Yeah,
What?
she tore
This
off
is super fucking gross.
She just chewed
She
her
tore
butt
off
off, and now
Rexac.
she's
This
chasing
is
us.
Huh,
Oh,
this game
no.
managed to make its insects even grosser.
Oh no!
They already are.
Why is
You're
this
all
game
know.
gonna
have no
die.
music? Why does
Y'all-
this game have no music?
Y'all all
I'm
going to
listening
die
to
down
OC
here.
Remix right now.
I'm regretting not.
I'm putting down a 40. There you go. Have fun.
I don't know how you guys could ever hear music over everyone yelling.
Oh, I
That's
died
true.
again.
Well, I've turned
Bird-
on music. Hopefully this
Bird
won't
dating advice
backfire.
is 10 out of 10. Bird dating
This OC
advice is
remix.
stuff like wait until like one of your friends drunkenly admits that she would sleep with you. Like that's my
And then
what
run
my life
very
is like.
far.
And then and then be like, you're drunk, bye. Like that's bird dating advice.
Bird dating advice: run very far, very fast.
Bird dating advice is like be normal, be friends with horrendously insane
I turned off
people,
the
and
music?
then watch them throw themselves at you.
Now the music's on. The music has been on. It just doesn't play. Well, I'll turn it back off again. Because, yeah, we just went through this entire zone with zero music. Not great.
Yeah.
This is not.
There's more.
just-
There's more.
She just dropped yellow crap. Okay.
Yeah, she was awful.
Well, there's an epic one-handed range slime bolter.
That doesn't sound that epic.
You want to drop that for me?
I can pick it up for you, yeah.
Well, is it just yellow? Because, like, I don't...
Blue.
Okay, yeah, then pick that up for me, because I can't see it.
Part of the slime set.
Yeah,
Believe me, I don't want to see what the chess piece is.
If you guys find any one-handed weapons, please, like, send them my way. Because I'm looking for one-handed pistols.
I was gonna say you mean
one-handed
bolter.
weapon.
I was gonna say you mean
So
guns,
it might be
right?
a crossbow.
Yeah, one-handed pistols.
Because I use one-handed weapons.
Ladies.
Yeah, this music is way too cheery for
It's
here.
too cheery for this.
Ladies.
Oh well, it's better than no music.
Just play the Bloodborne soundtrack on loop from this game.
I hate games that like. I would so totally listen to the Bloodborne soundtrack if I could.
Why can't
Unfortunately, you're not really supposed to listen to other games'
Huge
soundtracks during. Like at that point, it's not fair use anymore.
Oh.
Is there a
'Cause it's
shrine or anything down
misrepresenting.
here that we should find?
We should probably look around. There's a little bit more of this cave that we haven't checked out yet.
Oh yeah, down south.
It's fun
People are
listening to
talking
the
about
different
their
definitions.
shipping names for us, Bird.
They're shipping names for us? I thought Wandercatcher was the official one.
Some people go with Birdbot.
I always like Bot and Catcher.
I just
Yeah, bot and catcher.
Podcatcher.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
really
Well,
amusing
it fits.
how you see like the really big YouTubers like Markiplier
Yeah,
and
Jackasepticeye,
Septiceye,
Markiplier.
they get paired off
Rule
a lot.
34
but lately,
shit.
because they've like publicly shown their girlfriends and such, now they have a lot of fan art of them all being cutesy
Oh,
and stuff.
Oh.
well, I turned on OC Remix at a good time.
One of the weirdest
this
things
is-
about
this is
paying
good stuff.
attention to Game Grumps is seeing horrifying orgy art of all of them.
Oh,
Yeah, there are a lot
man.
of
There's a really concerning number of things. I'm like, what? How did I get on Tumblr? Shit.
I don't want fan art like that of us ever.
Too bad.
I mean, realistically, you're just gonna end up with Bird and myself.
You don't
probably,
have to
'cause we're the
look.
only two that reliably hit on each other. Everybody else is just kind of there.
We kind of haven't hit on each other in a while. That stick's been dropped.
Yeah, I mean, we can pick it back up.
You can always pick.
Fair enough. Hey, you want to pick up this stick, Wander?
Man, that's some low hanging fruit.
You want to grab this low-hanging fruit, Wander?
Who am I with right now? Oh, it's
Woo!
of course it's Shell.
Yes,
That means we're on our own little adventure to nowhere right now.
that's most likely gonna let us
We
wind
found a
up
different
dead.
hole to
I
go
don't
down,
know.
basically, in that place. There's more.
Like, are you deeper or
Kind
Yeah,
of.
there's something.
We're like on an alternate second floor.
you wanna drop a portal?
I got a
'Cause
portal.
Man.
I didn't bother with any of those because I didn't care.
Whoa, there's a
So,
lot of critters.
I'm having a pretty good
Ah!
time, but I do think it's time for me to call this because I've been playing for a while here. And, I
Bird
gotta
needs
get
his
back
Betty
to 3D
Bite.
modeling.
I am disappointed in you. Stop being successful and busy. So that you can be our video game bot.
I was gonna be your video game, like, troll. Wave. Nah, dude, I was working on some stuff for my own video game, and then I realized what I was working on keyed into the animation system, and I was like, oh great, this just got exponentially like 7 billion% harder.
When are we all
Then I
gonna
had to go
let's
back to
play
work
your
on that.
game, Bird?
Years from now.
2023. I'm gonna put in explicit contracts that say, like, only people that don't know me can let's play it.
I don't think that's how anything works.
I don't know. I'll give anti-keys to you. It uninstalls the game. If you try to buy it every time you redeem the key, it means you have to buy it another time to get back up to 0. You have to buy it again.
Oh, I just lost
I
all
mean,
my
judging by how
health.
Steam's been going, I wouldn't be that surprised if that kind of stuff happened.
Yeah, Steam shit. All right, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah,
I'm
Bird.
covered in bugs and it hurts.
Yeah, I'm sorry I
Ow.
died.
Everything's bad.
Now, do you have a portal or something in that area?
Everything's bad. There was a portal, yeah.
Yep.
I thought Wander was coming, but now I'm confused.
I came.
Oh, so we're in the hatchery.
User disconnected from your channel.
We're in the swarming hatchery.
Look, I got distracted clearing my inventory out a bit.
Left? Okay.
I'm convinced I don't actually deal damage. I think I just stand there
I mean,
and
how
take
much
hits for a
damage
long
do you
time.
do per attack? Like, what are the numbers you're seeing?
I'm only seeing in the 200s.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm in the thousands to multiple thousands.
What?
Well, the thing is, I see 1,000, but it's covered in like 3 more thousands, so it's like...
Enemy hero killed.
There's I kill a lot of things.
I pretty much just fumbled my way through character creation and changed builds halfway through without actually respecing. So like I think I have a bunch of points that don't even help anything because I just didn't know where I was going on the tree.
You can respec in town somewhere. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I was going to try to respec between the last session and this one, but obviously that didn't happen.
Woo!
Come
Now,
back,
did you guys-
monsters.
Yeah, why are they running away?
Are they chasing? They're chasing me. They
They
really.
want you.
Yeah, well, I have the most threat because I do a ton of damage.
They're just not that into us.